Hello, Clinical Research Circlers. Welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much. We've actually been growing a lot. You guys and gals like stocks. I mean, go figure. So we're going to do our best to be somewhat prepared beforehand, like we are today. And sometimes we'll do multiple reviews at once, like multiple companies. But today we're going to keep it like a little shorter and more clean. So we're going to talk about Corcept Therapeutics. So I'm going to share my screen. Uh, Corcept's been around since 1998, and they focus on, and this is where I want to get Dr. Al's opinion, but they actually, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so they focus on cortisol related. So right now they have, um, uh, because of COVID, their clinical trials for Cushing's syndrome, they have a drug called Corlim, which is already approved. And so they already have revenue. Now, full disclosure, Chris and I did a study with Corcept like 7 years ago for a CNS related study. It did not get approved. So we are familiar with this company a little bit. We're not, and this is not financial advice, so we actually don't own the stock either. But we do have some background with Corcept. But anyways, now they do Cushing syndrome. They have this drug called Korlym. The company's share price went up by more than 143% over the past year. Its revenue rose 15% to 353 million. The company forecasted revenues for this year between 375 and 405. So here's the highlights of last year, and we're going to get into what Eileen wrote. Corcept's financial and clinical accomplishments in 2020 laid the foundation for significant progress, said the CEO, which I will quickly add on LinkedIn. As the COVID-19 pandemic is brought under control, the easing of public health restrictions and greater willingness of patients to visit their doctors will allow more physicians to diagnose and treat patients with Cushing's. He added, improving conditions should also permit more rapid progress in our clinical development programs, many of which have been significantly slowed by the pandemic. We are currently evaluating our proprietary selective cortisol modulators as potential treatments for patients with metastatic ovarian and pancreatic cancer, castration-resistant prostate cancer, adrenal cancer, Cushing syndrome, antipsychotic-induced weight gain. So there's a study for you, Monica, and non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. We will have top-line data from our ovarian and pancreatic cancer trials in the second quarter. In the fourth quarter, they plan to initiate a phase 2 trial in patients with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. With that being said, Dr. Al, what do you think about this so far?
It is like big pipeline and in different specialties. It's not only in they're talking about liver, about psychiatry, about
Oncology.
oncology, and different, and about endocrinology, Cushing syndrome.
So I
So it
wanted
is.
to, we're going
But
to
I
get back
think,
to the
doctor,
article.
I think it's because it's related to the to the this I forgot the name. Dan, can you go back to the other article?
Cushing's?
Okay, go a little bit back. No, it's related to one of the hormones, the cortisol. To
Yeah.
the cortisol. So everything that affects the cortisol or the large increasement in cortisol in the body for a longer period that can create developing different conditions. So
Yes.
that's why they are targeting these different conditions because it's like a as an it's affected by the
Yeah.
increasement of cortisol.
The company's entire strategy is drugs that modulate the effects of cortisol. Like that's their entire strategy for this
Their
company.
name is cortisol,
Yeah,
Corcept,
basically.
cortisol.
Basically, they also
Yeah.
have very little debt. Corsair's website says that the company is leading discovery, so this is what we just read, having discovered more than 500 molecules since being founded in 98.
Wow.
The drug candidates are designed to address serious unmet medical needs related to excess cortisol activity. Corcept's collaborations with with researchers around the world have resulted in more than 30 studies to investigate the potential benefits GR antagonists may have in the treatment of serious and life-threatening diseases driven by cortisol dysregulation. GR is glucocorticoid receptor. For those listening, shout out to you guys listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen. Okay, so what do you think, guys? And the article gets
I think this is fascinating because by targeting this, they are actually helping many conditions like that are very popular and kind of becoming like another kind of epidemic, like for example, diabetes, metabolic disorders,
Yep.
and obviously cancer and psychiatry. So, I mean,
And antipsychotic
if
induced
this,
weight gain, because we do a lot of CNS
yeah,
studies. Most of the antipsychotics cause weight gain, and then they're trying to me, that one's exciting. So yeah, like you're saying,
yeah,
Monica, Cushing syndrome is the result of the body producing too much cortisol.
hmm
High cortisol can also cause diabetes, high blood pressure, depression, everything Monica just said, and osteoporosis
Process.
yeah.
and cancer.
And they also, I was reading that one of the other conditions that they are attacking with this, fighting with this type of medication is PSD, which is also fascinating because we know that there are not much treatments available for this condition.
The PTSD?
PTSD?
Hmm
Oh,
Okay.
that's interesting. Well, yeah, I like it because it, like, just in fact with cortisol, I mean, even if you don't have, let's say, like genetics with any issues of these things, just in general, if your lifestyle is bad, over time you could, in fact, have, issues with cortisol, which in turn would come into comorbidity or any type of morbidity. So I
Yeah.
think that they're kind of honing
Yeah,
in on this. I think this is a really,
but I think a lot of the population is because the cortisol is the stress hormone. So a
yeah,
lot of people have many um,
it's lots of
issues with this,
stress.
even if you don't have the genetics. What do you
Hmm.
think, Dr. Al?
We lost him.
No, no, I'm here, but I'm listening to you guys. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think I can add anything for what you say, guys. I think it's kind of a unique company because it's concentrating on one product of the body, which is the cortisol, and trying to show the public and show the science this effect of cortisol in many diseases such as the uh, ophthalmology, diabetes, endocrinology, cancer, and everything. So that's what's kind of unique of this company. I think
Yeah.
it is a specific approach and different approach from other companies where they have multi-field specialty, but this is like in one product only, the cortisol of the body.
That's all they
Boom.
do. This paragraph you might like. Maybe you have some insight here because currently their only marketable drug is Corlim, but the company views a promising drug in its pipeline, Relacorilant, and we'll look at their pipeline next, as a potential replacement for Corlim. Relacorilant, which seems to have fewer adverse side effects, is in phase 3 to treat endogenous Cushing syndrome and hypercortisolism. And in an early stage trial, this is where you might get interested, Dr. Al, for a combo treatment with Merck's Keytruda to treat adrenal cancer. What do you think about this?
Uh, adrenal gland is where all the cortisol is made. And this is as a supplement, like when you give it, you may kill the adrenal gland cells with the Keytruda for renal cell cancer, or so it could be a replacement type. But
This might
I
be
don't think
their
I don't think it's
early.
going to affect on the Keytruda effect directly. Okay, but I
Yeah.
think it's a supplement. And we know also this immunotherapy can cause immuno side effect, and the steroids in general can help in managing it. So this is a new way of approaching the side effect and the replacement treatment for the cortisol also.
So two of us, you may want to contact them for participating in the oncology studies, and then Monica maybe for the CNS.
Yeah,
Um,
PTSD. It's super
Absolutely.
interesting.
They have a compound annual growth rate of 8.9%. It's what they're expected by 2029. So it's not a small company. It's
Yes, no.
2.69 billion. It's not a small market cap. I mean, it's not huge either. PPD, which just got acquired by Thermo Fisher today is 17 billion, and I mean, that's considered like medium sized.
PPD.
Yeah, PPD got
PPG is
acquired by Thermo
17
Fisher. We'll do
Wow.
for
another
13
circle.
billion.
We'll do another circle talk on that one because there's a lot. We have to process this, what it means. I was talking to Chris a little bit about it in between bites of what was it? Lamb. I forgot what we were
Some
eating.
sort of pasta with lamb.
It's so fancy we forgot. But we forgot. In March, okay, so they announced the enrollment of the first patient in the phase 1B combo PD-1 checkpoint inhibitor pembrolizumab. So
Just
Keytruda.
Keytruda.
Yeah, this is the one we were talking about. No debt. Open label phase 1 trial has planned enrollment of 20 patients with metastatic or unresectable
Adrenal cancer.
adrenal cancer with cortisol excess at 5 sites in the US. Maybe you could be number 6 for the phase 2, maybe.
It's very rare cancer, my friend. Very rare cancer.
Oh, really?
Adrenal gland cancer is not like kidney cancer. It's the gland on top of the kidney is called adrenal gland. The cancer of that gland. So imagine.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like it happens in
very
very
small
rare
too.
cancers. It's not the cancer I see every day.
I see.
Not once every 6 months even.
A
Wow.
study by Prophecy Market Insights projected market opportunity for Cushing syndrome was
Mhm.
313 million last year and expected to grow to 676 million by 2029.
Wow.
So that's their leading that's the one that's already approved, and now they have another one in the pipeline that's looks like it's better than Corlim, which is Relacorilant. So even if it's just that, that's the market cap, and we could look at their pipeline on their website to see.
But then
more.
they do NASH studies, and
Yeah,
they
NASH,
do
yeah.
also they do NASH studies. They do also for
Can you break down what
metabolic.
NASH is for? What NASH is, just for those that don't know?
NASH is a condition
Non-alcoholic.
from the liver.
Yeah, non-alcoholic steatotic hepatitis.
A lot of NASH studies out there too. So if you're a site that can see NASH patients, you
Mhm.
I
can
know.
get a lot of studies right now. Maybe
Doctor,
that's a
there is
study,
no-
Dr. Al, we can get for you too. NASH.
Yeah, doctor, there is no medications for that yet, right? For NASH.
No, there is no,
I
but
don't
they're
think
trying
there is
to
no
find out that the problem with NASH is in the long term is there are some cases of liver cancer can happen because of it.
Mm.
That's why everybody is paying attention for it.
Mm. So that's the drug that's furthest along now, Relacorilant. And then they got Miricorilant for NASH in phase 2. Same drug, Miricorilant, for antipsychotic induced weight gain. They have 2 studies for that, actually. We might need to reach out to them, Monica. We have a lot of
Mhm.
patients.
Oncology.
And then oncology, right up Dr. Al's alley. The ones we mentioned earlier, and then neurology with ALS. And looks like addiction, alcohol use disorder in phase 2. Ophthalmology. This is good for LIC, our Latinos in Clinical Research Ambassador, Christine Naro. Shout out to Christine, the Clubhouse Queen. And then psychiatry.
See, for PTSD.
Oh, there you go, Monica.
Oh,
Monica,
wow.
you've done your due diligence on these guys.
Wow.
We need to reach out to the CEO and send an
Yeah.
email.
Alzheimer, anxiety,
Yeah.
others.
And then the obesity. See,
Obesity.
they
Yep.
use and they also mentioned the metabolic disorder that I think is super common these days. A lot of people have that and ended up with diabetes, so or with some sort of a liver condition.
Yep. So what are your guys' closing thoughts, or you want to look at the chart a little bit? That's where Ashley's
Yeah, let's look at the chart.
Ashley's trained on this. Sorry, Ashley, I can't move the chart like fancy like you.
It's okay.
But
I
they've been
actually
around
been
since
using-
'98, 5-year.
I've been using more Dr. Al's favorite website.
Oh, Biofarm Catalyst.
Biofarm.
Yeah. I don't like that one
That's
that
why you
much.
sounded very smart, Monica.
I don't like
Knowing
that
all
website
your
too much.
DDs.
I like the company's websites.
Oh my God, Chris, I didn't notice your background was awesome. Let's do the 1 day and the 5 day.
1 day and the 5 day. 1
Yeah.
day. Wow, 23. Oh, that's not much. Okay, and then the 5 day. Yeah, that's
Okay. Can
nothing.
I see the 6 month?
6 month. Oh,
Yeah.
something.
So yeah, I mean, I like everything that we were talking about, but I also feel like it's just, I feel like the chart kind of speaks exactly to the information we're receiving. It's really good stuff. Not necessarily as crazily innovative as the one we checked on before, right, the other day. So through the charts, there's a lot of, upscaling, downscaling, but for the most part, whether you go from the 1 day to 5 day to 6 month, a lot of it also still looks like a lot of consolidation, meaning it's just maintaining. So that's a good thing, right? It's not necessarily going down, but maintaining also kind of doesn't show that there's a lot of upside all of a
52-week range from 11 to 31, basically. So
Yeah, but
somewhere like in the middle.
like averaging, but that means consolidation, right? So
Yeah.
it's maintaining that way, like it's going sideways. So I mean, again, it's good. It's not necessarily something you would technical analysis lose your money on. But I mean, for me personally, it's technical
And
analysis isn't
it's
really.
more, it's probably that the approval for their leading candidate is priced in. But it seems like the way that, at least the way the article was written, that they're expecting that to get approved. But I guess you can never price in an approval. So that's it for today. We want to keep it like short and sweet for you guys and gals. But Chris, keep making it rain, man. And then Dr. Al, thank you for being on, and Ashley and Monica as well. And we look forward to, I think this is a company that's worth looking into, because what I like
Yeah.
about it is they're hyper focused, and they basically, what you do at that point, you don't have competition. You're hyper focused. Cortisol, they're the expert in this, whether it's
Yeah.
worth 2.6 billion. I mean, apparently it is. They have a lot in the pipeline, and they're working on Cushing's already. They have a marketable drug already that's doing well. So
And that's
Just
why I
just
don't think that they
yeah,
have any downside, because they have,
yeah.
I mean, they're it right for that. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think if they get approved in any condition like NASH or any metabolic disease, that's huge.
or that
And they have
antipsychotic induced weight gain's
exactly,
huge too.
or PTSD. I
Yeah.
mean, and they have 19 studies going on right now. So,
Yes. So
and one
thank
of
you
those
guys.
was approved. Yeah.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. And we got more coming for you next week and the week after and the week after. So stay tuned. Catch y'all later, guys. Bye bye.